risk management, risk tolerance, and how it is directly related to your failure or success in the stock market investment. Stay with me till the end of the video so that I can explain a few very important things to you guys that is directly related on how you can invest successfully in the stock market. Hello, stock market investment newbies. I hope you're all right. I hope everybody is fun and having so much fun with this market surge that happened in November. I'm personally having so much fun. I made a lot of profit in the post-election era. And I've noticed a lot of guys, a lot of friends of mine trying to invest and try to take advantage of this whole situation, try to take advantage of this uptrend that is going up, and they're getting super excited about it. So what they do is that these guys they're average ordinary people. They have, say, I don't know, $10,000, $20,000, and they try to bring it to the stock market. They're seeing their friends are making a lot of profit, and they want to have a share of it, have a piece of a pie. So they just bring the money, invest all of it in the stock market. Sometimes actually, because they're on the uptrend, they make, I don't know, a 10% overnight profit, and that makes them more excited. That causes more excitement, and they bring more money in. They actually go ahead and borrow money from folks. They use their line of credit, they put it all in the stock market, and they have no concept of what risk management is. I don't want to scare you, and I don't want to spoil your celebrations and fun, but what I want to tell you in this video through very clear examples that what it is that we call risk management and why it is important. Because sometimes people talk about risk management or risk tolerance and the video ends up being boring. You just skip, you go to the next video, and they try to be very abstract about it. In this video, I don't want to be abstract. In this video, I want to explain to you with examples very clearly what risk management is. All right, let's get started. Imagine you have $10,000. All right, you bring your $10,000 to the stock market and you want to invest. Let's just divide it into two categories of conversation. Let's just divide it into two topics. Let's just start with the stocks, and then I'm going to go to the riskier assets such as CFDs, futures, options, and Forex. So the stock market, you have $10,000, you want to invest it. And you have to be realistic with yourself. You have to think of how much of this money you can possibly lose without getting super upset, without this money, without this loss impacting your life, without this loss making you super upset. So of this $10,000, if you lose, say, around $500 or $1,000, say in a period of 2 weeks or so, does this make you excessively upset? Does this make you disappointed? Does this turn you away from investment? Or no, you actually accept that as part of the business. You say, all right, so I started it, I screwed up, things didn't go well, and say I lost $500, $1,000. Again, $1,000 out of $10,000 initial investment, that's 10% loss. So you could be a guy made of goose feather if you don't get upset over 10% loss over a period of 2 weeks. So 10% loss is a big deal. So you might want to limit it to, say, $500 or $300, $400. Let's say 2, 3, 4%. If you screw up, or if things don't go well according to your strategies and your estimates, say you lose, I don't know, 2%, 3% over 2 to 3 weeks, and that could be okay to you. You might not want to repeat it, but if you lose it over a mistake or over things, unpredictabilities, things that don't go well, then that's okay. So you can live with that. This is your risk tolerance. This is how you can manage your losses. And according to that, you need to make investment. How? If you put all your $10,000 in this newly released to the market stock, say, I don't know, some Chinese car manufacturing company or some AI company that is making a lot of headlines. So you've seen your friend has bought it and overnight it's gone up 10%. If you invest all your $10,000, put it all in that stock, then you gotta think to yourself that it goes up. You might make 10% overnight, but you could also lose 10%. you have to give it this possibility that this could possibly happen to you. You can't be always optimistic about it. And that's what's the problem with investors, is that they're always optimistic because excitement is in the market and everybody's talking about it in the social media, and they get ahead of themselves, they get carried away. So if you bring all your money, invested all in, say, company XYZ that is very hot in the market and everybody's talking about it, you could win $10,000, but you could very well, over a pullback, lose 10%, which is $1,000. So is this acceptable to you? Is this something that you can live with? Obviously not. Maybe to you it's okay, but to me it's not okay to lose 10% over 2 weeks. So instead of investing all my money in that particular stock, I invest only, say, 5 to 10% of my money in that stock. Instead of investing $10,000, I invest only $1,000 in that stock. If my predictions go wrong and I lose 10%, I only lose 10% of that $1,000, which is $100. $100 compared to my total investment is only 1%. $100 is only 1% of $10,000. So this is acceptable to me. Conversely, if I win 10% over that particular investment, I only make 1% profit. 1% profit over 2 weeks, maybe it's not a bad thing. So if you can repeat it in the 2 weeks after, you can make another 1%. And that's 4 weeks. So 1%, that 2% over 4 weeks, say 2%, 2.5% over a month, that's not a bad profit. This is how you can control your greed, and this is at the same time you're not stressed out over losing your money. So that is called risk management. Looking at your budget and see how much loss over a short period of time does not impact you. And the other thing is, just don't be cowboy about it. Don't be like, you know what, $1,000 is nothing. I just go over a holiday and splurge, I don't know, 10 grand. So $1,000 is nothing. This is not a strategy an investor wants to take for the rest of his or her life. Being careless about how you want to utilize your money and establish a strategy you can apply to your investment for the rest of your life does not really need a cocky attitude. You have to be realistic about it. So it is true that $1,000 could be nothing to you, but if this $1,000 loss gets repeated over and over, then in the long run, it'll be something to you. And if you say it doesn't matter to me, then you're an idiot. Don't be an idiot and just be smart about things. Plan accordingly and go on. So that's one thing I wanted to tell you when it comes to stock. When it comes to riskier assets such as CFD future or options, then again, you have to apply the same strategy and choose your position size accordingly. So think about, if you buy, say, a full lot size of S&P 500 future, then you have to think about your loss off of your capital, of your original capital, not off of your margin or buying power, because CFD and future positions fluctuate very quickly. You need to be aware and cognizant of the fact that overnight, the future of NASDAQ or S&P 500 or any other indices or metals that you buy could make huge jumps. So you have to think about, all right, how much loss could it inflict upon me? And if I can tolerate this loss over a period of 2 to 3 weeks, or let's just ask a more simple questions to yourself. If this loss happens once a month, does this have profound impact on my psyche? Does this have profound impact on how I invest? Do I get disappointed if I incur this loss over 5 months, every month? Going back to the first example, if I lose $100 a month for 5 months, repeatedly, probably doesn't matter to me. Conversely, if I win $100, only $100 over 5 months, it's okay. It's not too much, it's not going to make me rich, but it's not too much. In this particular case, $100 loss in 1 month is my risk tolerance. You might be a richer guy, you might have $100,000 or $1 million investment, and to you, as a guy who has $1 million investment, losing $1,000 a month might be nothing. In that case, this $1,000 is your risk tolerance? One of the first thing you gotta do as an investor is to determine your risk tolerance and then plan your investment strategies accordingly. This is absolutely paramount, guys, that before doing anything, determine your risk tolerance. I hope I have explained myself clearly. If you have any questions, leave a comment down this video and let's just come up with your risk tolerance. You can come up with your hypothetical budget and just tell me, hey, this is how much money I got. What do you think is my risk tolerance? And then I'll ask you a few questions. I'll tell you, all right, so based on this and based on that, I think you shouldn't really invest more than that, or I think you should strategize your lot sizes or your position sizes according to that. And that would be my suggestions. Let's talk more about it, and thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.